Hello and a happy November. Last month I watched 42 movies. No lie. So yeah, that makes it 10 more than a month before. I also watched an entire month of movies instead of only half of one. So yeah, I'm having a little more difficulty remembering everything I watched. But I will not let that stop me from talking about it. So indulge me. Sit down, grab a warm or cold drink to your preference, and let me yap about my favorite movies of last month. Little side note, they're all gonna be horror or thriller movies in my top 5. The honorable mentions category will have other kind of movies that I watched this month. But obviously, October was scary month, so I had to watch some scary movies. And I've only been able to do that for like a year or so, because before that, I could not. My imagination would take it and run with it, and it would haunt me for weeks or even longer. So yeah, why would I subject myself to that? Though times have changed, I've grown up, and the reality of life is actually way more terrifying than any movie could ever be. So yeah, I watch them now, and I quite enjoy them, as it turns out. Up first is a movie that became an instant favorite, The Substance. The cast: Demi Moore, Margaret Qualley, Dennis Quaid, among many others. So yes, very strong. But what's even stronger is the story, because we follow this celebrity that has perhaps her best looking days behind her. She has this Jane Fonda-esque workout segment on a network on TV. But yeah, she's sacked because she became saggy and wrinkly, as one does as you grow older. But the channel was like, yeah, let's, replace her, because it is way past due that we find someone younger, more fresh, more vibrant, and more attractive. So yeah, she kind of spirals after that, leading her to have an accident, and then that leading to her being introduced to something called The Substance, which is sketchy, to say the least. And that's probably why she also is kind of like, no thanks. But the more that she misses that, the good old days and the times where she was adored. But yeah, so that feeling grows, and ultimately she gives in to her curiosity when it comes to The Substance. There are rules involved, and it's a whole process. It's not just a quick syringe and, fixed. No. It gets really hands-on, really gross, gory, lots of body horror. And there are rules, like I said. So you get your younger, more perfect version of you, which is created from you, which you can use, I guess, even though I'm not sure, what is the point? Even after watching it, I'm like, I don't even know why I would want that. But yeah, so your younger version can live for 7 days, and then she has to switch back to you. You can have 7 days, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, only one is active at a time. You can't just both go out into the world. And that is why the people that take this or use this have to remember that they are one with their other version. And so the balance of 7-7 must be kept. And if it is not kept, then the host loses something tangible. But ultimately there isn't much to lose left. And that's when our whole ending sequence starts, and that blew me away. I do not really like body horror. It puts me off. It's super uncomfortable to watch for me. But this story actually just punched through all that and made me just want to see where this went, because it's a message that I carry very near to my heart. Because for me, in my view, aging is seen as this, restricting thing, and this thing that must at all costs almost, be kept far away from us. But I don't know, man. I think it's a privilege that many still do not get. So I feel like we should embrace it, or try to do that more in the future at least. Because we can't all be young, okay? Duh. This movie was sick in the best way. Fuck the patriarchy. Fuck beauty standards. But goddamn, this movie was great. Sad I didn't get to have the whole theater experience with this, because I don't know, it would have been cool to experience this with other people around. As I said in my review, gagged, stunned, amazed.
Let me introduce you to the shareholders. They have been dying to meet you. So smile! That's what we want tonight! Pretty girls should always smile!
Next up, number 2 is Apostle. A movie which many people do not seem to know how to pronounce the title of. And I was very confident in how I said it, even though those reviews made me doubt myself too. So I'm not gonna say it again, okay? I said it. The cast: Dan Stevens, Michael Sheen, Lucy Boynton, many others. The setting is this man is tasked with looking for his missing sister, who was kidnapped, taken by this mysterious cult, and taken to their home on this remote island somewhere near Scandinavia, I think. And this cult harbors some dark origins and secrets that Dan Stevens' character will bring to light. And that's when also everything kind of starts to collapse in on itself, as these situations often do. But yeah, if you, like me, are into cults or maybe period pieces, then this is a great pick for you. I enjoyed the whole setting, really. Very dark, very gloomy, and it also put some light on that most cults, but also just society in general, has when it comes to like having power and control over things that should maybe not be controlled by men, and men as in humans. Though, do not expect this movie to be action-packed, start to finish. The end it escalates very heavily, but most of it is really a slow burn, leading up to the big finale, which is something I enjoy, personally. Especially the whole end made me be like, wow, I think this was a really good one. And throughout, I never really lost my interest either. Because that can be difficult for me, but I was engaged. I was in it.
My father, sometimes I can just see it in his eyes. A resentment.
And do you resent him?
Sir?
Your father, for bringing you here.
Mr. Richardson.
Don't misunderstand me. I'm glad that he did, but you strike me as somebody with more to give this world than merely being the daughter of a prophet.
Do you resent yours?
Oh, every day.
Number 3 is The Empty Man. The cast here is James Badge Dale, Marin Ireland, Sasha Frolova, and of course others. So an ex-cop is helping out a friend of his by looking for her missing daughter. But then he ends up finding more than he bargained for when he figures out that another cult, yes, is this time attempting to summon an ancient and quite terrifying entity. Another slow burn here, but here it's the prologue, so the beginning, I think 30-40 minutes maybe, I don't know. But that was so strong, and it really set a tone that I was afraid it wasn't going to be able to meet in the end. But overall, I think this was a very good movie for me, because I love urban legends, folklore, stuff like that. So obviously I turned to the internet afterwards and looked up some more stuff about this whole empty man lore. I think I'm likely to watch this again in a couple years, see how it holds up for me, like when it's not a first watch. Throughout the entire thing, I was on edge. Like, I wasn't biting my nails, scared, but I was on edge. No. This one crept up my spine. I'm sure not everyone will like the pacing of this movie, but the storytelling in that prologue is so strong that I would just recommend just that.
You stand up.
You touch me, I'll die.
What?
You touch me, I'll die.
What do you mean if I touch you? Come on, man. Come on.
Number 4 is Speak No Evil. With James McAvoy, Mackenzie Davis, and Scoot McNairy, among others. So this American family that recently moved to London goes on a vacation to Italy, as one does. And there they meet this couple, and they soon develop a friendship during their stay there, because they stay in the same hotel. I forgot to mention that. And so upon their return to London, they get an invite from the couple to come to their farmhouse, country estate, whatever. And so first they're like, should we, shouldn't we? But in the end, they're like, you know, they were fun on vacation, so let's just take a little holiday to the countryside, right? Yeah, but that whole beautiful countryside is soon forgotten because the tensions inside the farm estate, the country estate, really rise to a boiling point when a deep, dark secret is coming to light. And that means that the American family has to get the hell out of there. But that's gonna be the hardest part. So yeah, there's this really cathartic ending, which I need sometimes. I really need it. I need redemption, I need relief, something. Like, you don't put me through all this to give me more misery, you know? I love feeling like the character that I root for gets what they fucking deserve, you know? Or the character that I hate gets what they deserve. Oh, so good. It's a really good ending, but it gets so bad first. James McAvoy serving major creep vibes from the very start. I don't know, he felt like an unpredictable thing to me. I was like, he charming, but he putting on the charm. What's he hiding, you know? So I don't want to be that person, but I'm not sure I would have ended up in that situation myself. Even if it's James McAvoy looking better than he ever did. Yeah, the whole movie was just a big ol' what the fuck. But a good one.
I think we're gonna hit the road. Yeah, of course.
You know, we had a really great time.
Well, I hope so. I know we can both be...
A bit much.
God, no, really. I mean, you guys have been...
Just a breath of fresh air.
Oh, well, that is very sweet of you to say.
The last one on the list is Identity. A movie starring John Cusack, Ray Liotta, Amanda Peet, that starts out feeling and looking like the most average early 2000s thriller. So yeah, there's a bunch of strangers that end up stranded at this motel in the desert during a storm, and then one by one they seem to be killed off by this deranged, mysterious killer. And so it turns into this wicked whodunit in the most grimy setting, in that like gloomy motel in the rain at night. I'm a sucker for those vibes because it's close quarters kinda, but not really, and woo! Especially being in the desert also makes it like even more claustrophobic kinda, because where are you gonna go, right? But there's so many twists in this, even the twists have twists, and I personally, I'm a fan of a good what? moment, and I feel like they just don't build tension like this anymore. I don't know, or maybe it's just the vibes. It just feels very nostalgic in some ways.
It's your birthday next week? It's my birthday next week, the 10th.
Me too.
Yeah.
So that was it for my top 5 of thriller horror movies that I watched in October. Stick around if you wanna hear some honorable mentions and some boo titles. If you enjoy this kind of content from me, make sure to let me know, okay? Don't be silent about that. Leave me a little like, comment, share it with your movie buddies. I don't care. On to the honorable mentions. So even making this list felt difficult because I kind of wanted to put so many in here that I didn't get to mention, but the ones that should be in here are Living. So I watched this when I wasn't sure what to watch, and then I saw Bill Nighy on the poster and I was like, okay, cool. And then I ended up sobbing and laughing and grieving this character that I never knew I was gonna love so much. It was so heartfelt, so tender. Yeah, I have a soft spot for movies like that. Also a movie with a message that like it's never too late to put your stamp on something or leave a footprint in the world. You can do that in a matter of weeks if you actually try. Then, Ready or Not, just a solid movie. It looked way more mid than it actually was because I enjoyed it. And also here, another cathartic ending. I mean, who doesn't love delusional rich people getting what they have coming, right? Up next is The Darjeeling Limited, a movie I put on because Adrian Brody was in it, and I ended up really being gobsmacked by it. I did not think I was going to actually be so involved in this whole story as I was. The people that put that cast together, a trio of majestic noses, great. Summer of Sam. I love a good serial killer story, especially based on like true crime, because this one actually conveyed very well what that whole borough in New York must have felt that summer. I was sweaty. I wasn't really, but I could feel the sticky, sweaty heat of a summer in New York when it gets real bad. And then on top of that, like the feeling of possibly being like hunted or shot at any moment, women dyeing their hair to be less of a target, like it must have been horrible. That's one way to friggin' ruin a summer. but a very good movie. Then The Power of the Dog. I had heard great things about this, so I had high hopes, and all of them were fulfilled, really. So many emotions were repressed in this movie, but I caught them all, and I love that game. I just love reading between the lines sometimes and catching the things that aren't said. This movie has so many layers, I'm gonna have to watch it again at some point. Then we have a documentary that I adored, Lilith Fair, Building a Mystery. If I were to put my dreams and aspirations and wishes for what I want the world to be out there, I think I would just show everyone this. Because basically, we need that. We need that again. I know I'm an eternal hippie and all that, but come on. I would kill to have been there. Also, it was so fun to see so many of my nostalgic favorite artists, but also currently favorite artists still, like in their younger days and really on top of their game at that point, because they had created that together. Like, oh, what that must have felt like. So yeah, girlies, if you get to watch this at some point, please do. It's gonna make you feel hopeful and good for a while, which is so nice these times, right? The favorite, an instant favorite. What can I say? A lesbian period piece, need I say more? I loved it. And of course, I watched Glass Onion last month, and I loved it almost equally as much as Knives Out. Not sure where that half star went, because the setting was so different, the feeling was so different, but yet what I experienced, what I felt throughout it, the same comfort, the same like, homecoming almost, yeah, that was still there. So I'm glad that they didn't totally butcher a sequel of an amazing movie, and I hope the next one will be just as on par, you know? I can only hope for that, but please, please give me more Benoit. And the last honorable mention is The Wonder. That just felt like a really special movie to watch. I don't think it would have been on my radar if I wasn't watching movies every day, because I get to points where I'm like, I don't really know. I'm just gonna, browse a bit, see what catches my eye. I'm glad that this one did, really, because it was so different from anything I ever watched. The beginning felt off to many people, and many people didn't like it, but it really woke me up at the beginning, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. This is gonna maybe blow my mind, so I better pay attention. And I'm glad I did, because it was really good. That's certainly gonna be a rewatch in the future. Now a few movies that may not have actually been worth my time, but hey, I spent it on it anyway, so I'm gonna mention them. We have the very first movie that I watched last month, Agoraphobia, and boy, I don't even know what to say. The ending was maybe kind of cool, but everything else felt kind of dull. I'm not sure how to feel about it even now, but it felt like a letdown in many ways. But that's what I get if I'm gonna be picking a movie, because Tony Todd is in it. Then we have Black Box. I remember this movie feeling like a lot of other movies, then they wanted to put it together and it didn't quite work or something. Which is too bad, because it could have been really cool. Circle, now that's... I don't really like hating on everything that Netflix or whatever puts out, but this is Netflix slop, okay? If I've ever seen it. I felt like they didn't even try, and like from the get-go, I kind of hate everyone in this movie, so if I don't really have people to root for, then it's not gonna be worth it. The Open House takes a lot of turns where you're like, oh, okay, maybe this is gonna lead somewhere cool. We'll see. And then in the end, it delivers like nothing. It just leaves you with more questions than answers, and I could have watched another movie in that time. Then we have Miller's Girl. I think I'm glad that I watched it at least just once, just to see it. But it's not like I would recommend it per se. It was just a lot of bad decisions, just like I made the decision to watch it before it went off of an app. But just like Jenna Ortega, I learned my lesson, so worth it. Then I have The Strays on here, and honestly, I can barely recall most of the movie except for maybe the last 20 minutes, because those were pretty interesting and gave me that thriller excitement. Everything else kind of missed the mark. That's too bad. So yeah, this was my adventure in movies last month, and I will be watching movies again. Maybe I will take it a bit slower. I really want to hear what movies that you recently enjoyed, so please let me know. Bring it on, okay? I'm ready for it. Well, that's this video, I guess. Dela out.